Hey, welcome back to Poke Suit Channel. As you can tell, I just keep coming at everybody with free guitar instruction, and even if you have not purchased a guitar ladder system, you're going to get a lot of free material just watching this. But I hope you seriously will consider investing in a guitar ladder system, folks, especially while I have the time to, really put into it. It's such a great situation for everybody. I've been talking about this, one of my favorite chords lately, major 13 chord. And here's my A, by the way. I know I may not be a concert pitch, but this is just where I like this guitar. Could be close. I really don't care. Anyway, so major 13 resolves nicely to 7 sharp 9, resolves to 13 to 9, 13, 13 flat 9 to major 7, 7 sharp 5 sharp 9, 13 minor 7, major 9, 6 to the 7 on top to a bichord, which is a combination of a major 9 and a minor 7. But let's talk, I want to continue on the thought of my last video where I was kind of playing over this. I want you to listen to the sound. A lot of the guitar ladder system, it's funny, the more I think about this, the more I learn how to explain it, because music is really beyond, like Joe Pass used to say, it's the idea, it's important, not the definition. But the thing about that I realize with the guitar ladder system, the more I get into it, and the more I keep getting letters and emails and phone calls from people just saying they're so happy that they finally jumped on board and they're making progress, and they say it feels so good, they wish they would have jumped in sooner. They're so happy to finally be moving forward after having a little piece of that and a little piece of this and a little piece of this. Is the guitar ladder system really does present the information in a way that's very easy to absorb. I think that's one of the strongest things about it. I make learning easy, and I make it natural. I make it intuitive. I'm a very right brain. I kind of feed the information to your subconscious mind in a way that it just slides right in there very easily. Seriously, it's something that you're able. It's kind of like this. I keep thinking of parallels, to be honest with you, and one of them is one of the parallels is let's say you had 20 different programs on your computer, or let's say 50 programs, whatever it might be, if you want to call them apps, if that helps you understand this analogy, that's fine. Well, what if all of those could talk to each other, okay, and then reinvent another program? That's kind of one way to look at the guitar ladder system. You're absorbing information on how to improvise, and you're absorbing information on the components of music and the different systems of improvisation, and your subconscious mind then takes those different systems, and this is all intuitive, by the way. It's you learn these by playing the cycles. You automatically learn about like smooth voice leading, chromatic, whatever it might be, but then your subconscious mind kind of pieces all that together naturally. So it's really powerful. You learn the language of music. You learn the vocabulary of music. You learn all these hundreds or thousands of colors. You learn about tension and resolution, all in a very, very natural way where it just starts flowing out of you later. So what I want you to do is start thinking about chords in terms of like a color. Now, if you want, you can just like this. This is a major 13. That has a different color, a different sound than like a dominant, right? That's a different sound, right? Just like a 7 sharp 5 sharp 9 has a different, just like a diminished scale. This diminished scale has a different color than, say, a major scale, right? Or a minor scale, or a whole tone sound, right? Or a pentatonic sound, right? Or Hungarian minor. So they have, so that's why I want you to think about that. So like if you're doing a major 13, this is a C major 13. Now over that I could do lots of, I could do a G major scale. I think I talked about this yesterday. With the G major scale, you have the F sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's like a flat 5, looking at C, the reference point of C. So that gives you a little color. And you can add, you can add chromatic notes. I think it was even Yngwie Malmsteen, and he's a great musician. You know, it may not be your cup of tea, but he's a great musician. He said if it sounds good, you're okay. That's a pretty valid point. I mean, even Joe Pass used to talk about the importance of listening and using your ear and listening for what sounds interesting or what sounds right or what has nice color. It's all, you know, the truth is presented from many different, you know, places. You know what I mean? So now if I play just the inside notes of this, like a C major scale, like I said on my last video, it sounds pretty good. It doesn't quite have the color of like adding that flat 5. Now here I'm adding the flat 9 as well. I know I accidentally called that a sharp 9 in the other video. Sometimes when I'm, you know, chewing bubblegum and walking, I make a mistake. So anyway, but so when you do like that, and you add the, or I could do it like this, the D major. So that has a nice, kind of hear that. Maybe record yourself doing this chord, and then play a D major scale over it. And then play a C scale over it. Like I said, I don't get into calling things modes because modes are just major scales that start in a different place. Big deal, you know. I think it complicates and confuses people, so I don't worry about describing it that way. It's the idea that's important. It's like I keep going back to Joe Pass because he had a great ear, and he had I think people still don't realize how poignant a lot of his statements were. He used to say it's the idea that's important, not the definition, and he used to say simplify your thinking. That is freaking huge, folks. Simplify your thinking. You'll be a much better musician. Okay? So anyway, you can also, now when I do that, I'm using the minor 7 arpeggio to the poly chord, so I'm going from a minor, here, and then I'm kind of coming up to a major 7. But I hear, let me see, yeah, see that this is a minor 7, D major 7, which is, yeah, I converted that form. So I go up a minor 7, come down that, that D major 7, then sometimes I'll come back up another major 7 arpeggio, okay, and go to something else. So anyway, now also you could record yourself doing the C major 13 and then listen to what it sounds like. Because if you put the notes in of a diminished scale, okay, then you get some interesting color, right? There you get the flat 13, 11. You get a sharp 9, root 7. Then here you get another flat 13, flat 5. You get a flat 3. So you can experiment. You can use a diminished scale. Play the major 13. And you don't have to stick with one. You can switch scales in the middle of it too. You could do a major 13 chord, come down, diminish, and then at the end, just go into, like the G major scale. That's the whole point, is breaking rules. And that's why I think another reason the guitar ladder system is so powerful, because I don't put you, you don't have to be behind bars to be in prison. And great improv, great improvisers and great musicians like Miles Davis and Joe Pass and Pat Metheny and Pat Martino, all these people, they understand, they've learned a lot about music, but they also have learned the importance of letting go and trusting your direction, letting your ideas flow. You kind of get into the zone, like when Kobe Bryant played that game, I forget when it was, and scored, I forget what it was, 85 points or whatever. You get, athletes get into a zone, musicians get into a zone, writers get into a zone. That's when you're really flowing. That's when the universe flows through you. So what I'm saying is experiment with different sounds. I love that lick. That reminds me of early Steve Howe. Eric Johnson. See, once you start learning the fundamentals of music, and you're really only going to get it from the guitar ladder system. Nobody else presents it in a way where you can. That's really the bottom line. I know I keep blowing my own horn here, but I'm trying to get people to stop wasting their money on the other stuff out there that's not really going to do much for you. You know, if you get the right information, things are just going to start bubbling out. Like you'll get to start to hear your own musical thoughts on a deeper level. Like I found this lick, and I didn't. I didn't even have to look for it. It just kind of flowed out, because when you begin to understand, you start to hear your own musical thoughts on a deeper level, as well as hear musical thoughts that you like on a deeper level, and find them. You know, because I happen to love Eric Johnson, so I started thinking about Eric Johnson. I don't know, it was a few weeks ago whenever I did that first video with that one lick. I started thinking about Eric Johnson, and then I started thinking about his kind of intervallic approach with scales, and before I knew it, without even diddling around the guitar, I found that lick, and I did the other way. And I started just kind of coming up with some things. So my point just being, when you learn the components of music through a system that's intuitive, like my guitar ladder system is the only system I've seen in the whole world that teaches in an intuitive way, that teaches your subconscious mind, bypasses all the intellectual bullshit. Sure, I have some theory I teach, but I really have spent 40 years developing this system, and now it's to a point where it really can help you take some quantum leaps and help you really piece things together. The guitar ladder system is what you're looking for in terms of a guitar instruction system that will take you further than you've ever imagined, and that's the truth. So anyway, I better cool this so this video uploads. But anyway, experiment with record yourself doing this major 13 chord. Play a C major scale over it and listen to how that sounds. Play a G major scale over it. See how that sounds. Play a D major scale over it. See how that sounds. Play a diminished scale over it. Add some chromatic notes to it. And experiment, okay? And again, this, like I said, this chord resolves nicely to a 7 sharp, 5 sharp, 9, 13 to 9, 13, 13 flat, 9. Yes, I do love that lick. So enjoy that, and I do sell all the recording King flat tops on the Music Link. I sell all the lower arch tops. I just got in a beautiful LH350. I'm offering a free $175 case with the 350. It's up on the wall behind me, and a lot of people buy the 350 and the guitar ladder system. It's a great package. But anyway, enjoy today's freebie. Mess around with playing a little bit over that 13 chord, and if you have any questions or you want to sample the guitar ladder system, let me know. That's an augmented splash. All right, have a good day, and you can also practice doing little melodies, like say you're doing playing this major 13, practice a little melody, build a melody off the G major scale. All right, have fun with that. Take care. Stay positive, folks. When you're positive, I really believe, I love this stuff. When you're positive, you stay more in alignment with the universe. Be positive, have gratitude for simple things in your life, and more will flow to you. All right, take care.